from Lehman Turner Arena at Grace Hall in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Welcome to coverage of the 2023 Lehigh Wrestling Brown and White Intra-Squad as we are kicking off the 2023-24 wrestling season with 11 bouts here tonight. First time out in front of the home fans for the new season. Good evening to you. Steve Lomagino here, Gary Brunell alongside. Gimp, welcome back. Finally, we get back to wrestling tonight.
Yeah. Well, I've been in Albania time frame this week. The U23s are going out there. I'm helping Flo with something. Obviously, I'm not commuting, so I'll be up at about 3 tomorrow morning.
Yeah, under 23 Worlds going on this week. And, you know, for Lehigh, last year, a EIWA runner-up finish. Got back to the top 20 at the NCAA championships. Josh Humphreys, an All-American, capping his career. Tate Samuelson winning the EIWA title along with Josh. But those are the two guys that are gone, so a lot of other faces back, which is obviously a good thing, and some new faces that'll be in the mix that will, some of whom we'll get to know tonight, and some who we probably have to wait until, you know, the next couple weeks when the season gets going in earnest to see what they bring to the table here this season. And
hopefully we'll get to see the McGonigal and/or Crookham. I don't know whether it's going to be an even either-or thing, but depending on weight classes, because you got Malik at 41, and you know, so we have some depth in there, and all really good wrestlers there, nationally ranked wrestlers.
We'll have 11 bouts tonight. We will not have a bout at either of the first two weights. I think at 125, among other guys, Sheldon Seymour not ready to compete just yet, so he's being held out. McGonigal's still working his way back from some injury stuff, so no match at 133. McGonigal was the wrestler who addressed the crowd and welcomed everybody in here tonight. But we'll kick things off at 141 with a familiar face in Malik Hines and a familiar face, but up 2 weight classes from a year ago, and that's Carter Bailey.
Yeah, as I told Steve before when they came out, I saw Carter leading, and I said, well, wait a minute, I know that's not quite right, and because I knew he was at 41, but I'm used to seeing him lead the crowd out when he's in the lineup.
And one thing we can jump on now while we're waiting for the match to get going, but a bit of season of change in the national wrestling landscape with the couple of the rule changes. The change of the takedown from 2 points to 3 points. So obviously the fake dollar given out to whoever's the first one who yells 2 tonight.
Yeah,
and then
I'm waiting to see how many people do it intentionally this year.
The return of the 3-point near fall, and of course those are the two big ones. And then not a scoring rule per se, but the emphasis on the leg riding and the working to turn from the top position as opposed to just kind of
and the elimination of the hand touch takedown. As I told the scorers, Lucci and Annika, I said the only ones, I mean, you don't actually have to concern yourself too much with it. It's good to have it in your head, but you're going to do whatever the ref says anyway. So so he's going to signal 3 and for takedowns. I mean, there are some other more administrative things having to do with, say, medical forfeits.
Yeah, we're not.
Some of them count, some of them don't.
We're not going to run into any medical forfeits
tonight. Not tonight.
Those might rear their heads.
Yeah, 133 is a no contest rather than.
There we go. So 141 for the white squad. It's Carter Bailey, a third-year sophomore from Livermore, California, and then Malik Hines for Lehigh for the Brown team, the fifth-year junior out of Kissimmee, Florida. Malik had a really good end to last season, making the round of 12 at the NCAA championships. Bailey, last time we saw him, was the starter at 125, going up a couple weight classes.
Yeah, I guess that was a pretty tough cut for him last year.
Bailey last year 10-11 on the season. 7-9 in dual meet competition. Hines got hot on that Friday in March, 20-13, a big win over Jack of NC State kind of propelled him. Jack had gotten his number a couple other times previously, and Malik broke through with a very convincing, I think it was a major decision victory at the national tournament, and then ultimately fell to Lachlan McNeil of North Carolina in the blood round as Bailey tried to get in on Hines' left leg, and now back to a front headlock by Malik. 125 this year, likely looking at Sheldon Seymour coming off a deferred year, perhaps Luke Stanich, the true first year. We already referenced Crookham and McGonigal, probably the two main guys right now at 133.
Both nationally ranked types. Potentially. I mean, I guess Crookham technically hasn't been ranked yet, but
McGonigal was
fifth,
number 5 in the country, and then some interesting seeding decisions for the EIWA tournament. The formula, he was the number 5 ranked wrestler in the country, the number 5 seed at the EIWAs. Suffered an injury, unable to compete at NCAAs, even though he was given an at-large berth.
And for those of you wondering about that this year, the formula has been tweaked a little bit in terms of how many points are being given to quality wins. They're tiering them more, and if we had used this formula last year, I already ran the numbers from last year, for last year, both Yanni and Glory would have been first where they belonged. But, the formula was the formula, and it's actually just a minor adjustment that was made, and it actually popped them back up over.
Under a minute to go in the first period. First bout of the night here at 141. No score between Hines and Bailey.
I forgot to look to see where Humphrey would have been, but
Bailey actually works his way onto Hines' left leg, and Malik now over the back and getting a little funky. Malik trying to come out the back door and maybe come out with the crossface, and Malik will pick up the first takedown of the night. 35 seconds to go in the period. When we get there, EIWAs this year at Bucknell, NCAAs in Kansas City.
And I already went for my tickets. I don't need tickets for the IWA, but.
And Bailey's going to pick up a reversal here, and actually, I might have already just messed myself up. I think I might have said 2 already. It's three for Hines, and then 2 on the reversal here for Bailey, so a 3-2 lead for Hines after 1. When you talk about the rule changes, you're supposed to follow them. Bailey takes the down position.
I'm actually disappointed that I didn't hear somebody yelling 2. Although I don't see Bob Lee here.
Hines threw a leg in, a little roll attempt from Bailey, but Hines reigns on top. Got a 2 count there on top for the ride. Again, emphasis on working to turn this year, working to pin.
Yeah, they're doing a little more with some of the counts when you start the count on top. There's going to be a little bit, as you said, there's going to be a little bit more of that.
Hines over a minute of advantage time. 1:20 to go in the second period. That was the one recommendation that did not pass, was there was some talk about maybe tying in the riding time point to only if you were able to score near fall points.
Yeah.
But that was not passed by the Rules Committee. And Bailey back into Hines' lap. Under a minute to go in the second period. Still 3-2 for Hines.
Yeah, John Hangey, the rider coach, is the head of the committee this year. And I guess he decided to go out and make some changes. It's not actually a lot of changes. There's more administrative stuff than there is on the mat, certainly in terms of points. But, one big noticeable one there with the takedowns.
A lot of the administrative stuff around tournaments and what to do with the seemingly epidemic of medical forfeits. Count here as Hines hanging on the ankle as Bailey draped across the back, and Hines probably going to hit for stalling here. There is the whistle and the first warning on Hines. With 27 seconds to go, Hines still leads at 3-2.
Yeah, if there's more than one medical forfeit, like if you forfeit out in the semis, and then it could end up being 3 medical forfeits,
those become
the
losses.
second two become forfeits rather than medical forfeits, and they count as losses. Whereas before they didn't, they counted as wins. They all counted as wins for the other guy, but not.
But never losses.
Yeah, and now unless you had a default in the match before that, which means you couldn't have had 3 in that case anyway, so.
3-2 lead for Hines going to the third period. He has 2:24 advantage time, and he'll take the down position. Hines quickly up. Bailey tried to throw in a leg to trip, and Hines is out for his 1 escape, so 4-2. Still maintaining the more than 2-minute riding time advantage.
I mean, it's actually a good sign for Malik, because Carter's usually pretty tough on top, and he got right up and kept the hands separated.
So now, Hines gets a takedown here, a lot of cushion, but Bailey gets takedown here, and he's right back in it, and would actually technically take the lead as Hines pursuing. Bailey got his leg back and able to fight him off. 1:22 to go in the third period.
And for those that don't know, some of the thinking behind this was there's a lot of situations where one guy has 2 takedowns and the other guy has 3 escapes, and he's only up by 1 point. And so they wanted to spread that out a little bit more.
Minute to go in the third period. Bailey getting back in on the left leg. Hines now trying to use his length to kind of reach across and defend. Now maybe try to separate the hands and work his own score. Riding time point locked in for Hines. And we got a potentially dangerous call as Hines kind of pulled on the left ankle a bit. 32 seconds. Final 15. Arm spin from Bailey, but Hines able to fight out of it, and now trying to defend with Bailey on the left leg as the final seconds will wind down. And with the point for advantage time, it's a 5-2 decision for Malik Hines. So 1 3-point takedown in the first bout of the night. And Hines takes the win at 141 pounds. And we'll head into 149, where we have 2 bouts on the docket. See the first of our Lehigh newcomers. For the white squad, it's Matt Repos, first year out of Palmyra, Pennsylvania, Central Dauphin High School. And then a deferred first-year Kelvin Griffin from Berwick, Maine for the Brown squad. Griffin prepping at the Hill School.
And Repos is one of several that I'm having trouble distinguishing yet, because they all look the same, especially the pictures. And all about the same size.
I was there on headshot night, Gimp, and for reasons I don't quite understand, they all wore the same blue shirt and blue tie.
Oh, yeah, they were doing it out in the outside.
Not in the color scheme, but I wasn't going to ask
the same shirt, yeah.
But it classified as a shirt and tie shot, so they were good with it. At least when the baseball team does it, Gimp, they all wear more Lehigh colors. Repos 4-time PA place winner. Runner-up as a junior, third last year. Last year ended with Max Brignola in this spot, but Brignola moving up to 157 this year. So a likely new face here. Griffin wrestled 2 bouts last year, but lost them both by decision.
I think he was out a good part of the early part of the season, wasn't he? He had.
Yeah, he was injured for most of the first semester, so
yeah.
I don't think he got back on the mats till maybe the Edinburgh Open or the second Mat Town. Approaching the midway point of the first period. Repos gets in on the right leg. You get Griffin with some length trying to counter across, and a bit of a scramble here. Repos trying to elevate a bit. Almost a half a second danger call there. Yeah, both of Griffin's bouts last year came in the Edinburgh Open right at the end of the kind of open tournament season. Scramble continues here with under 50 to go in the first period, no score. Bout number 2 of the night. Griffin up around the head, and we're going to get a stoppage for a stalemate with 34 seconds. Griffin was a 4-time national prep place winner at the Hill School, runner-up as a junior. Single leg shot from Repos. And still working here. Got 17 seconds to try to finish, and not quite yet, although Griffin had to roll through there to work off his back.
And neither of them can see the other one right now.
A couple good scrambles, but no scoring in the first period. Repos' choice is to defer. And Griffin takes the down position. You know, one thing we'll see this year, given the way the schedule is built for Lehigh, obviously there's tonight's public intra-squad. There's matches going on in the room, you know, probably weekly, and then a couple tournaments to open the year for Lehigh to maybe look at some competitive results and figure out, based on those results, what the lineup might look like. As Griffin trying to work his way through for a reversal, but Repos still in control for the moment, still has the leg hook, now trying to pull back, turn the head.
Because we got Princeton
Princeton Open
next weekend,
Sunday,
a week
November
and a half
5th,
from
yep.
now, and then
the
2 weeks after that is
1 week. Journeyman Collegiate
it's the
Classic.
next week, the 12th. Okay.
And then the dual season begins here on the 19th of November against Pitt. Only home duel in the first semester for Lehigh. Although the Sheridan tournament is coming back this year, December 22nd at Stabler Arena. Repos on the ankle here, trying to fight out of it, and Griffin on the back. Count continues, and now they roll through again. 45 to go in the second period. Get a stalemate with 39 seconds. Repos 161-19 over his high school career. 4-time District 3 Southeast Regional champ for Central Dauphin. Beast of the East runner-up. And looks like he will ride out the second period here. So no score after 2. Repos is going to take neutral. as we go to the third in a scoreless bout. 2 minutes of advantage time in his favor. Kind of reshot from Repos, and he does pick up the takedown and takes a 3-0 lead and can go back to work from the top. Of another matchup at 149 next, with another newcomer, Richie Grungo, against Drew Munch. On the edge, Repos looking for a tilt, trying to sneak a leg in. Not able to get the turn, and ends up back on the back of Griffin. 45 seconds to go. Still a warning on Griffin on bottom. Out of bounds with 27 seconds to go. Repos leading at 3-0, riding time point locked in. Griffin does get an escape here with 16 to go.
I'm guessing Repos is a kid that would like to go back to the old 2 points for riding time, possibly.
Point for advantage time over nearly 3.5 minutes, and Repos wins it 4-1. And both sides now have won. One bout tonight, one for the brown, one for the white. And we'll have another matchup coming up here at 149 pounds. Fourth year junior. All right, they're going to go with the brown team first. Oh. In the brown, it's first year Richie Grungo out of Chemong, New Jersey. And St. Augustine Prep. And the fourth year junior Drew Munch. Out of East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, and Wyoming Seminary. And Grungo with the early shot, but unable to score. And then Munch gets onto the right leg here of Grungo. Pursuing. Again, there's the no hand touch, or maybe Grungo just got up in time with that reaction time, and now Munch forced to have to return Grungo to the mat as Grungo turns in and will be out of bounds with no scoring here in the early going. Grungo, one of 3 2023 New Jersey State champs as part of Lehigh's incoming class, along with Luke Stanich and Logan Wadle.
And then the transfer, Hunter Maize, was a 2-time state champ, although he was at Rider last year, so not a 2023 state champ. I guess 21 and 22, I assume. I didn't.
Grungo in on the right leg again, now arm around the waist, but Munch defending and gets back to his feet. No score, 1:43 to go, first period. Munch, a couple spot starts the last couple years.
Never really thought he'd be at 49 from high school. I mean, he skipped over 25, I guess, and he's jumped up a bit right out of there.
9 and 6 a year ago, and 23 and 16 for his career. Lost his lone duel appearance last year, but we'll give him credit. It was against Yanni Diakomahalis at Cornell. Stalemate with 43 to go. No score in the first period between Grungo and Munch.
Yeah, but Yanni was only second seed at Eastern. So.
Under 30 to go in the first. One of the favorite pastimes of the of this night is where in the world are the Lehigh coaches.
Yeah,
Zach's on the bench.
He just sat down there though. He walked in, and two of them are across
Brad
the
Dillon
way.
and Evan Henderson are across the way. Oh, there's Pat. Okay, Pat's up top, I think near Larry White. No score after one.
Okay.
And behind them is Kerry McCoy.
Yep.
Munch will be down to begin the second period after a scoreless first.
Yeah, Pat's up talking to his bread and butter, I guess. That's I told Larry came over to talk to me, and I said, "Does anybody else wear orange around here?" There is a guy over on the right there, but I don't know who.
Quick escape for Munch. He's out and leads 1-0. I'm no longer allowed to wear orange in these settings, I guess.
Yeah, right.
Non-violent,
that's right. I didn't
non-violent protest to Syracuse dropping their program, what, almost 22 years ago? Something like that.
How long ago did you think?
It was while I was there, so sometime between 2000 and 2003.
Oh. Okay. I thought it was earlier than that.
Maybe it was.
No, but I mean, if you're saying you were there and they had it, then, you know.
Or it might have been my first year, which would have been 2001.
Yeah.
Rolling around here, and no change of control. As Munch is deep on the leg of Grungo, but Grungo trying to work over the top and pull back on the right leg. Stalemate with 49 seconds. Grungo, three-time place winner in New Jersey. At a fifth and a fourth before his title, 2023 South Jersey Wrestler of the Year.
And another Jersey high placer, though, coming up is Shoppy. It was third. I believe he was third with a broken hand or something like that.
A very, there's some years the Lehigh coaching staff will spread out the recruiting, and then I think this past year it was Jersey and Pennsylvania. Just the way things work out sometimes. Final 10 seconds of the second period. And a 1-0 lead for Munch going to the third as Grungo will take his turn on bottom. Grungo up, turns in, gets his escape. This night's always tricky, Gimp, because you don't want to root too much for one guy versus the other. Maybe someone wants to tell a joke or just get people going in here and just. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to have fun. 1-1 match with 1:30 to go in the third period. At 149, bout number 2 at 149. 2 bouts at this weight, 2 bouts at 165, and 2 bouts at 174. As of yesterday, they were planning for 12. By lunchtime today, it became 11.
Yeah, I mean, even Larry said something about 12 over there. That orange guy.
Under 50 seconds to go in a 1-1 match. Grungo got in the leg for a minute now, countered by Munch, who's able to spin behind and pick up the 3 to take a 4-1 lead with 24 seconds to go. They did make a third Terminator movie, right? As I get used to writing T3 on my scorecard. Final score 4-1, a win by Drew Munch. 2 straight for the white team by identical 4-1 scores. And we'll move along to 157. White team will see another true first year for Lehigh. This is Griffin Gonzalez out of Lebanon, Pennsylvania. And he'll take on junior Max Brignola out of Fair Haven, New Jersey. Brignola, an NCAA qualifier as a true first year back in 2022.
Out of Rumson, Fairhaven.
But he's from Fairhaven.
Well, the high school, yeah.
Yeah, well, the high school.
Oh, did you say I didn't?
The high school feeds, serves both towns.
Right. No, I was just saying the high school. I didn't.
Yeah.
It's not a town.
That means you could be from Rumson, you could be from Fairhaven.
Right.
Brignola was, first 2 years, he's going to defer, and the next thing you know, he's in the lineup in the postseason. So again, we'll see what this year entails as he jumps up a weight class to 157. And in on the leg here and picking up. Now he missed it the first time, still doesn't have complete control. Now he's been awarded the 3-point takedown.
Actually, that situation, there is another rules change. It's not a scoring thing per se, but when we have the reviews, in the past, if it was upheld, you had to go back to the time and place, well, not the place, but the time that the call was made incorrectly or not made, whatever. Now it's going to be more like international styles that they go through, and if it wouldn't have stopped the action, you score all the way through it.
So if something happens afterwards, it would now count.
It would now count, yeah. And that takedown situation reminded me of a question Brad just asked them. What happens if you're like low on the legs or something and you don't call it, you throw the brick, oh, that was a takedown. Well, now do you have to go the 5-second count in there because you're on the legs? A great question.
Yeah. Gonzalez, a 2-time PIAA medalist with a 7th and 8th place finish.
What's up?
For Lebanon High School.
I was just assaulted by. No, just tell them. By someone I play frisbee in front of his house, actually. Mark Lieberman just came over to say hi. There's a park nearby his house that we play frisbee with at.
.30 seconds to go in the opening period with Brignola in front 3-0. Max 15 and 10 last year, 33 and 18 for his career, was 7th at the EIWAs. Did not pick up an at-large berth.
And he missed by 1, I think? 'Cause I think we had a lot at that weight, right?
I think you are correct. So a 3-0 lead for Brignola going to the second period. 2 minutes and 23 seconds of advantage time. Brignola wins the toss and will take the down position. Switch attempt from Brignola. Gonzalez maintaining control. Brignola now out for his escape. I'm just estimating here, but I feel like, about 60% of Max's career bouts have been against Marshall Keller of Princeton? And they've all gone to overtime?
Yeah, kind of up there with Clausen Gleason from just before your time.
Bit of a scramble situation here.
Right, yeah. I think that's still the record holding.
Brignola trying to work his way through here, but the leg trapped underneath. Brignola 18 and 8 is a true first year, and they are going to award the 3 here. So now a 7-0 lead for Brignola, and a stalemate with 38 seconds to go.
Right, they're coming out to discuss something here.
Because it's an inter-squad and an exhibition, we do not have the benefit of replay tonight.
Oh, I think she's questioning something from earlier. I can't hear anything, so.
See if anything changes on the board. Maybe the riding time went in the wrong. No. That can't be right. Brignola had
something flashed up there, and I was going to say riding time. Is that what you saw? I don't know. It's just my floaters, old age floaters. He's still looking as if they want to change something. There we go. Yeah, okay, a couple seconds riding time.
But
no, it's going up because of this.
I'm confused though, but Brignola had over like 2 minutes in the first period, so where did it all go? And there's a point on the board now for Gonzalez as well. Well, Lewis Baker's decided they're going to let him wrestle and sort out the timing stuff later. Right now the board says 7-1 for Brignola.
I mean, he was talking to her, not the. There we go. Okay. Now it went up to 2-something.
But where did Gonzalez get this point from? Escape for Gonzalez. Brignola backing on a shot. So, Gimp, do I do the old Phil Rizzuto and 1 point question mark wasn't watching? I'm trying to figure out what the first point would have come from.
Yeah.
Unless there was 5 counts that were missed from the top position, but I don't know where that would have not been communicated.
The other
10-3 and Brignola back in looking to score again.
Snyder, the off official, came out just after that takedown call where he had the leg, he had Brignola's leg under him, even though he was on the bottom, and it was straightforward. I'd have been in the hospital in that position, but that's and that's when he said it. So I'm wondering if there was something in there. Could have even been an illegal hold in that time frame.
Yeah.
One thing I saw a minor change is on the illegal holds. You don't necessarily have to stop the action if it doesn't look like it's particularly dangerous. I mean, that he's going to get injured with it. So there might have been they just let it roll through. And then obviously there was something to do with riding time there.
Yeah. We'll check on it downstairs and provide an update when we can. Yeah. 13-4 in the final seconds, and with riding time, that takedown will not count. It's a 14-4 major for Brignola. Brignola picks up 4 takedowns plus an escape and riding time. And we will move on to probably one of the more highly anticipated bouts on the schedule, and one of interest at 165 pounds. For the white team, it's the rider transfer, 2-time state champ Hunter Maize. And for Lehigh, the brown team, they're both Lehigh. For the brown team, it's 5th-year junior down from 174, Jake Logan. So his first time competing down at 165 pounds, as he wrestled 174 his last 3 years. This was a weight where last year Brian Meyer had to deal with some of that injury and illness stuff that kind of ended his career half a semester early. Connor Hersig and Luca Frenzy were the guys, and Hersig wrestled at the EIWA tournament as Maize in on a shot here. Maize was the starter for Ryder at the MAC tournament, did not qualify for NCAAs, competing as a true first year, and has a takedown here against Logan.
Now, are either of these guys natural blondes?
Maize might be. Logan's not, but
I mean, I'm seeing dark.
Over the summer, I'll call him out for this because it cost me like an extra half hour of my time. Logan was late for his media day photo shoot because he was getting his hair dyed. I'm not even joking. Gina Quinn, the director of operations, was helping out with that, and so we waited. He was the last guy to go.
I mean, I see a lot of dark in the back. It's more in the back of Maize, but
Logan has his escape. It's 3-1. Logan last year at 174, 10-16. Maize, Kim told you earlier, a 2-time state champ from New Jersey. He's claimed a couple different hometowns, but competed for Howell High School in New Jersey. Was 16-17 for Ryder last year.
Yeah, and he was actually, I'm trying to remember the town, but he's from Pennsylvania.
Levittown?
I think that's right, yeah.
1:13 to go first period, 3-1 for Maize.
So I believe it was 2 years there and 2 years in Jersey. I forget what the situation is, but.
Maize back in on another shot here, and Logan trying to defend from bottom, but they've awarded the 3. And it's now a 6-1 lead for Hunter Maize. One escape for Logan. And a chance here. You know, Logan's best position is on his feet, Gimp, and
yeah,
perhaps that three-point takedown now could be used to his advantage as he tries to get back into this one, down by 4. 15 seconds to go in the first period. And they go off the mat with 6 seconds to go in the first. Six-2 after 1. Maize defers. Logan takes the down position. Maize will just push Logan away.
I can definitely see one reason why Hines recruited him. I used to call Ryder Tattoo U. He's got a little bit. He's not super covered, but one leg, one arm.
.30 seconds gone by in the second. Maize back in another shot, doubling up and dropping Logan down. And again, the 3 awarded. Third takedown for Maize. He leads at 9-3. Logan to his feet again, trying to separate the hands. He's out. .94 the minute to go in the second. Maize with a 3-0 edge in takedowns. Maize advantage time at 1 minute and 1 second. And now down to 10 to go, second period. Going to the third, Maize leads 9-4. He'll take the down position. Logan trying to do a little bit of riding here, trying to throw legs in. Not something we've seen from him for a good chunk of his career thus far.
Yeah, he's usually more on his feet.
If nothing else, Logan has gotten rid of the riding time advantage. We got a stalemate with 117. Got word in that previous bout, the first point for Gonzalez that I missed was apparently there was an escape granted at some point.
Okay.
Maize is out. Now it's Logan trying to get in on a shot, and Maize sprawling as Logan underneath looking for that upper left leg.
Maybe it wasn't as clear of a separation that the scorers didn't catch it, which would explain the riding time.
.30 seconds to go with Maize leading by 6. Maize gets a warning for the interlocking of fingers as they restart with 19 seconds. Logan trying to go over. Maize goes under it onto the right leg. Kind of roll through, facing opposite ways as the final seconds wind down. And Hunter Maize, in his first Grace Hall appearance, picks up a 10-4 decision over Jake Logan. If you're into the team scorer type thing, White now leads Brown 9-7 after 5 bouts. 165, we have a true first year Liam Gil-Swager out of Arlington, Virginia. And for the Brown team, Tyler Sung, junior out of New Canaan, Connecticut. 4th year Lehigh wrestler. Gil-Swager, a Virginia State champ. So he's got a bit of a Greco background, Gimp, based on the bio, so we'll see if there's opportunity for some upper body stuff.
Well, just did kind of a Kerry McCoy there. Shrug. Easton also does a lot of that.
Sung competed at 157 last year, went 2-3. Made his Lehigh dual debut against Binghamton and lost a close match late. This our middle match of the night, number 6 of 11, as Sung shoots a single onto the right side. Pull Gil-Swager in and picks up the takedown. Swager with a quick roll move, but Sung maintaining control now leads 3-0.
Oh, that was. Oh, it's not. I thought that was Cruz's kid behind me, but it was for a second, but it's not the one I was looking at. There's one still there. Yep, Darian Cruz, the only undefeated Lehigh head coach, 2-0.
During that 2021 mini season.
When the two of the coaches came down with COVID, one was contact, so he was the only one left, and he had just had his baby born that Wednesday, that same day that he found out that he was going to coach.
Life comes at you fast sometimes. It was
he won both of them.
Binghamton and LIU, I believe.
Sounds right, yeah.
As the one-man coaching show.
Or was American?
I think it was Binghamton, LIU.
I'm pretty sure of LIU. Yeah, I think so. All right.
40 seconds to go first period. Still 3-0 for Sung here, who's up at a minute 15 riding time advantage. And dual meet season will begin with, the season will begin with the tournament, the Princeton Open, next Sunday, a week from Sunday, November 5th in New Jersey, and then the following Sunday, the Journeyman Collegiate Classic, which will be Slightly down the road at Freedom High School. Escape for Gil-Swager, 3-1. And then first semester, it's Pitt here on November 19th, at Penn State December 3rd, at Oklahoma State December 8th, and the Sheridan Invitational December 22nd. And then back in this building quite a bit in January, 4 duels, 12th, 13th, 19th, 20th, all against EIWA opponents. Part of the schedule put together by this Lehigh coaching staff. 7 home duels in all. Pitt, the 4 in January, and then in February, Bucknell and Princeton. Escape from Sung, 4-1, early in the second period. Shot from Gil-Swager, and Sung trying to work his way into a cradle from here. Has got the 2, and now Gil-Swager going over, looking for the fall.
Yeah, he's got the one shoulder up inside a little. Now he's got it there. All right.
And the fall for Sung at 3 minutes and 40 seconds. So first fall of the night goes to Tyler Sung. And quote unquote, that'll put the Brown team in front, 13-9.
I heard the casino had a big setup on this final team score.
No, we don't talk about that in these settings, Gimp. Up next, couple bouts at 174, including a couple true first years and a deferred first year. One of those deferred first years, or true first years rather, Justin Anello at a Bergen Catholic. And he'll take on Thane Lawrence, the third-year sophomore at a Perryopolis, Pennsylvania.
Now, what we were talking about before, Iowa and Iowa State might have talked about it.
Fair.
And we've got two Bergen Catholic kids in, because we also have Bron-Cado.
Yep, back to back.
And their coach, Dave Bell, I was speaking with him earlier, who's now, he's actually coaching Wadel's little brother, believe it or not. He's actually much smaller. I think he weighs 80 pounds or something. And he's in high school. He's just a freshman at North Hunterdon. So he's going to do a good job there, I know.
Single leg attempt here from Lawrence, but he couldn't quite hold on. Anello, 102 and 29 at Bergen Catholic. Jersey 4th and 7th. Lawrence 6 and 4 a year ago. We're going to stall call. Nope, they call it action, beg your pardon. Thought they might get Anello for backing up there. So back to center, 2:04 to go in the first with no score. Lawrence for his career, 7 and 8. Wrestling a couple of those duels during the 2021 COVID year. Gets behind Anello, now drops him down to the mat. And a takedown for Thane Lawrence. Puts him in front.
Wasn't his younger brother Rune in Who's Number One?
I believe so. Very highly.
Just a few weeks ago. Yeah.
Brother's going to what, West Virginia, I believe?
I forget where, but yeah, he's. Rune.
Thane has had some fun at his expense on the way home from the duels in New Orleans last year. I guess Thane's not a frequent flyer, so he was on his own, headed back to Western PA from New Orleans after the duels for Christmas, and had to put Josh Humphreys with him and say, Josh, just make sure he gets where he needs to be okay, because he's not really sure what he's doing.
Oh, okay.
But he made it. We'll get a fresh start from center with 1:08 to go in the first. Lawrence on top, leading 3-0. Perryopolis is the town, and Fraser is the high school. Lawrence thought about working a turn there. Tried to pull him over. I had to chuckle, get my our assistant Clark, who is a high school wrestler at Walt Whitman in Maryland. He's running the X/Twitter tonight for me, and he just dropped one of those naughty words that you're not supposed to use in this sport: pinfall.
Don't go anywhere near Jason Bryant with that one. Although, as I have to keep reminding him, if you go back to, I forget how far back it is. I think it's at least as recently as the 40s, maybe the 50s, it was the official term. Pinfall. Well, which is it?
3-0 Lawrence after one period. He's got 1:46 of advantage time, and Anello back to the bottom to begin the second. We're just trying to figure out if anybody's actually, following our feed tonight, the X Twitter feed. Keep people on their toes. .135 to go, second period. Lawrence has pretty much been on top since picking up that first period takedown.
Geez, how do you get the other point?
Really effective work on top. Lawrence, obviously you see the left shoulder wrapped in the harness a bit. Been a problem he's dealt with in the last couple of years. Trying to work a bit of a bow and arrow here after Anello was warned for stalling, and now getting the near fall count. And he will get the 4 seconds, so that is the 4-pointer with the return of the 3-point near fall this year.
Still waiting to see how many reviews that adds. 3.1, 2.9.
Lawrence trying to hold here, see if we can get a little more leverage over on that left side of Anello. Anello doing his best to bridge here and not give up the pin. Final 5 seconds of the second period. Lawrence unable to get the fall, but gets it 4 near fall and leads 7-0 after 2. 3:46 advantage time, and he'll take the down position going to the third. And first caution on Anello. I think that was procedural.
Let's see what he did. I wonder if he had his hand in the wrong position behind the elbow.
Lawrence up quickly, and Anello shoves him away. So an 8-0 lead, and Lawrence on the hunt for bonus points. Lawrence on the leg for a moment. Anello back up, a little throw by, and action flies into the Brown team bench area with no change in control.
Almost doing the Larry Bird 3-point shot into the trainer. He almost landed on Phil there.
Do you think Lawrence asked which one of you guys is coming in second? Lawrence in on a shot, picks up another takedown, 11-0 with 50 seconds now to go in the third period.
And that actually got 3 of the Hawks fined like $1,000 each or something, because they were cheering for Larry. 60-point game.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about 3-point contest, the one year at the All-Star game.
Well, that's a different. Yeah, that's a different.
I can't quote that one verbatim.
Yeah.
Due to FCC regulations.
Oh, I haven't heard the I guess because it was just I'm just looking to see who's going to finish second or something like that.
Yeah.
I guess there was.
Which one of you?
Another word.
Expletive deleted is finishing second. Final seconds here. And with riding time over 4.5 minutes, a 12-0 major for Thane Lawrence. In the first of 2 at 174. And from one Bergen Catholic wrestler to another. Second year deferred, first year Remy Bron-Cado out of Pompton Lakes. And he'll take on somebody Gimp and I talked about earlier out of Bridgeton, New Jersey, Del C High School, Jared Shoppy. By some accounts, might have been one of the better. The top guys in the incoming class just didn't have the Jersey State title to show for it, as you said earlier.
Right.
A hand injury perhaps cost them that title, but still managed to place high at the state tournament. So Shoppy and Bron-Cado here.
And Grungo and Shoppy are both with a club that I know quite well. I mean, Seagull Club out of South Jersey.
Bron-Cado 7-7 last year, competing on the Open Tournament circuit. Wrestled at 184 a year ago. Could be one of those kind of in-between guys for Lehigh. Shoppy, 4-time place winner, 8-5, and then the last 2 years, second and third. 144 and 15, 99 pins. 2-time South Jersey Times Wrestler of the Year. Perhaps the ultimate North Jersey versus South Jersey bragging rights on the line here. This weight class last year was Jake Logan's. But with Logan moving down to 165, perhaps something still to be determined here. Bron-Cado kind of on the edge here, so he's got to be careful as he tries to circle back in. Now he works his way back towards center. No score, 50 seconds to go in the first. Going to restart with 20. If nobody scores here, it'll be the first scoreless first period tonight since Grungo and Munch.
All right, so I can yell at DiBiase about his Seagull training here.
And it is a scoreless first. Bron-Cado's choice is the down position.
He'll blame it on Van Brill anyway, so.
Caution on Shoppy. Lifted a mat return from Shoppy. Officially, the regular season begins. We got a stall warning on bottom against Bron-Cado. Was it Wednesday? November 1st, the first day you can contest dual meets.
Guess basketball can start a little earlier. I was talking to somebody when you were doing that shoot over there.
Basketball starts November 6th.
What were they? He was telling me something. I can't remember now. I think. No, I mean can start.
I think, at least in Division I, the opening day for just about everyone is November 6th.
Oh, okay.
Unless, yeah.
I forget what he was, one of the guys working with you, or actually he was a basketball guy, but he said something to him. Maybe it was a scrimmage.
There are a couple secret scrimmages or closed scrimmages.
Yeah. Maybe that's what.
One may have already taken place when one might be this weekend. That's about all I can tell you.
That might have been what he was getting at.
Yeah, Lehigh women are going to open up with East Stroudsburg on the 6th, and men are going to have a good wrestling matchup, Lehigh Cornell. So, well, it happened last year as well, but rarity in these days. Lehigh will face Cornell for the second straight year in football, wrestling, and men's basketball. And last year, actually, men's lacrosse as well. Shoppy rides out the second period, although the clock did not give him the final second. So no score going to the third. Shoppy with 2 minutes of advantage time. Trying to work his way up off the bottom. And Bron-Cado pushes him away.
Is Sisselberger graduated, or has he got another?
Sisselberger is done. He was playing professional lacrosse, won a championship with the PLL Archers this past summer. I mean, you never know with Mike Sis. You never know with Mike Sis. Maybe he'll show up with one day with some found eligibility and
D3.
Strap on the singlet.
You could do like Clendenin did. I had Clendenin do. He found it. I said, "You still got another year." So he went over to Del Val and he did a D3. Placed, I guess. All-American.
Shoppy steps out of an ankle grab by Bron-Cado. Counter and go behind from Shoppy. Picks up the first takedown of this bout, extends his lead to 4-0 with 40 seconds to go. Shoppy has the riding time point locked in. Over 2 minutes and 20 seconds now. 1 point for advantage time, a 5-0 win for Jared Shoppy. We are down to our final 3 bouts of the evening. At the top 3 weight classes, 184, probably a match with some interest here, with the white team being represented by third-year sophomore, or actually fourth-year JT Davis out of Middletown, Delaware. And first time in this building for Lehigh, Caden Rogers on the Brown team. Rogers deferred first year, missed all last year due to injury.
Son of former Lock Haven wrestler and now F&M coach, who is here. I saw him, I don't know where, I'm not sure where he was sitting, but I saw him here.
Yeah, Mike Rogers, who followed Pete Schuyler at F&M, right?
Yes, right.
Rogers has been there a while, and now his son Caden, in his second year at Lehigh, has to put his all his good work he did behind the scenes with social media last year on hold to get back to wrestling.
And he is part of the Malvern crew. I guess he transferred in after a couple years, I think. But Beard and him, and then Owen Quinn. I think that's all, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Davis was Lehigh's starting 197-pounder 2 years ago. Deferred his eligibility last year. Also did a lot of the work. Got a lot of the action at 184 in the in that 2021 season, but was injured right before EIWAs. That was the year that Dylan Ammerman entered EIWAs at Spooky Nook with no official bouts and still qualified for nationals.
Right, yeah.
That year was something. Minute 20 to go, first period, no score. Still scoreless down to 35 seconds. Final 10 here in the first period. No score after one. Rogers wins choice. He'll take the down position. I apologize for jinxing this, Gimp. We had gone 3 or 4 bouts. No.
Yeah.
With scoring in the first period, now 2 in a row with no scoring.
And no Seagull wrestler out there even. So I can't yell at Pete about this one.
Rogers tripoding up, turns in, gets his one escape. 2 open the scoring. Another stalemate, 126 to go. Michael Beard and Jack Wilt next, and then Nathan Taylor and TJ Moore in the final bout of the night. As we'll see a couple of Lehigh's returning NCAA qualifiers in the final 2 bouts. 2 of the 5 Mountain Hawks ranked in the preseason by Intermat. Still waiting on the release of the NWCA coaches poll. You would think it'll be out before next Wednesday. Single leg from Davis. Rogers trying to defend. Rogers had some really good freestyle success prior to his coming to Lehigh. As Rogers trying to kick away here. Davis nearly on the ankle, but Rogers on the edge. We'll see if he maybe takes a stall here.
Yeah, I was going to say he'd probably get hit on that. Although that roll through was not terribly freestylish. Would have been given up as points too, so probably.
I wasn't trying to reference the move there. I just
no, I know it just had
in terms of
came
background.
Up.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Final seconds here, second period. (1-0) lead for Rogers and choice to Davis, who takes the down position. They hit Rogers with a caution here. So Lewis Baker, the referee, re-explaining what he may have done wrong. Davis to his feet, out to tie things at 1. 1:39 to go. Gibbs trying to read my chicken scratch. A 1-1 here, 1:07 to go, third period. These are always tricky, you know, wrestling your teammates. They probably go with each other in a room on a daily basis, and inadvertent poke in the eye there. Davis gets a minute to recollect himself. Final seconds, and we are headed to sudden victory overtime for the first time today. Second year now of the 2-minute overtime, or the third year?
Must be the third, because we're starting a new book this year, so I don't think they did that in the middle of a year, middle of a book, I mean, 2-year book.
So yeah, 2-minute sudden victory overtime period. First offensive points win. And if not, then we'll go to the tiebreakers. Coming up on the midway point of the sudden victory period. See if Rogers and Davis pick things up a little bit. Perhaps they want the night to end too quickly, make sure the fans get their money's worth.
Yep.
Rogers around
and
upper body and head and trying to gain control, lifting, and needs to bring Davis down to the mat. Davis rolling through, and maybe danger here.
Yeah, or a
Rogers
fall.
might get the fall here
out
of the danger position, but now, nope, still neutral, and now Rogers. Oh, Davis did a great job fighting off there.
Great scramble there.
And out of bounds with no scoring, 15 seconds to go. You wonder if this was a dual meet, perhaps at this point, the Lehigh bench or the Brown bench might throw a brick.
Yes.
No replay tonight, but.
Well, yeah. For no other reason than you might as well. And if it was last year, he might have had the hand down takedown because he started from that position. He was there for a little bit.
1-1 into the first set of tiebreakers. And again, the change that was implemented 2 years ago is that riding time counts now in the tiebreakers first set through.
Right, you don't have to give it a second one.
So Rogers will be down first. Rogers to his feet, turns in, took him 6 seconds. And now Davis will take his turn. He's got 6 seconds to get out. Roll attempt from Davis, and Rogers able to work back up to his feet. He's eliminated the riding, or he's
reversed.
Put riding time in his favor, and now he'll let Davis go. So 2-2, 16 seconds to go. We'll see if anybody goes to get one, try and get one here in the final 10 seconds. Davis behind on riding time. So technically a final score of 2-2 and 4 seconds of riding time for Caden Rogers.
I don't think I don't think JT realized it. He's looking at the ref like, I don't think he realized about that rule change.
So Rogers picks up the victory, and we'll move on to 197. For the white team, it's Michael Beard, the junior from Reading, Pennsylvania. Beard last year 22-5, EIWA runner-up, and round of 12 at the NCAA tournament. And for the Brown team, Jack Wilt, third-year sophomore at Madison, New Jersey, Seton Hall Prep. Wilt 13-5 last year at 184. So Wilt and Beard here at 197. Beard really had an outstanding regular season for Lehigh at 197 last year. Ran into a little bit of trouble, lost in the EIWA finals, and a couple third periods that got away from him at the NCAA tournament cost him from being an All-American. It's Beard in on the right leg now and reaching for the left knee. And Beard given control for the takedown. Cuts Wilt loose. So 3-1. Again, you got to think Beard's going to be a guy who's going to benefit from the new takedown rules. Just
quite a bit, yeah.
You know, situations last year where instead of going up, 2-1, 4-2, etc., that extra point's going to do a lot of work in terms of building cushion and some room for him to work with the lead. Leading 3-1 here. Onto the left leg. Beard, Wilt trying to whizzer here. Beard pops out and picks up 3 more. 6-1. .102 to go first period. And again, Beard will cut Wilt loose. .40 seconds to go in the first. Another shot from Beard. Pursuing, gets around the waist. Wilt trying to roll through, but Beard able to hold for control. Third takedown of the period makes it 9-2. So a 9-2 lead for Beard after 1. Wilt's choice is the down position. Beard showing optional start.
And this is where it would have been 6-3 under the old, where you're one takedown against 3, and it's only a 1-point difference before, last year.
So 9-3. They haven't put the escape on the board yet for Wilt. There we go.
I saw him punching something in there. I don't know what.
A warning maybe for interlocking of fingers. Now the assistant referee went over and I think told them, hey,
I saw Dave click something in.
Unless the scoreboard's not working. You never know.
I can't see this one. Enough of this one.
1:10 to go in the second period. Beard gets on the left leg again. Wilt trying to do a split. Again, Wilt trying to roll through, Beard trying to kind of hold him and catch him there.
Back in the day when we used to consider ourselves more of an engineering school, our clock never worked. And we had this big circular dial thing that in here.
Sundial? There's a lot of things I want to say right now about the merits of Lehigh engineering that I will keep to myself. For a long time, that involved the football stadium stairs. Now we have an elevator. I don't care anymore. This Beard picks up another takedown. There was the stairs were a hike. They were just, I don't know who decided that like 5 feet in between stairs was like the right way to go, but somebody did.
And we still don't have an escalator on campus, I take it? I mean, that's the whole thing. The guy that invented them went here. For the people at home. I mean, but the guy that invented them went here, and there's not a single one on campus.
You'd think he'd want to like make this campus full of hills and stairs, the prototype for all these outdoor motorized walkways that go up or down. But nevertheless, 12-3 Beard going to the third period. Beard on bottom, trying to separate the hands, and he's out. 13-3. Back in on the left ankle. Pulls the right ankle in. Another takedown for Beard. 16-3. And this is something else we might see more of with the new scoring GIMP is maybe a handful of faster technical falls with that, those extra points, not having to do as much catch and release. One more will make it 19-4. And there it is. In 5 minutes and 44 seconds. So a technical fall victory for Michael Beard. And we will have one more bout this evening before bidding adieu. As I like to say, on to the regular season after this one. But first, TJ Moore, fourth-year junior at Lebanon, Pennsylvania. And he'll take on third-year sophomore Nathan Taylor out of Brookville, Pennsylvania. Taylor 17-12 a season ago. EIWA finalist, 2-2 at the NCAA tournament. Went 1-1 against Slavikoski, formerly of Harvard, now at Rutgers. But Taylor really turned it on in the postseason as well.
And he's obviously, I could see especially from the photo that was released, I can see it here. He's definitely, like when people say, do you even lift? Yes.
Why, yes, he does. And I hear it from my office. Takedown for Taylor. So Taylor will work from the top position. I think we went to the last bout of the night without somebody losing an ankle band. And Taylor looking to work a tilt here. Got the right arm trapped. Got a 4 count. So 4 near fall, a 7-0 lead for Taylor. He now grants more of the release, and obviously a size advantage here for Taylor. joking with the baseball coach Sean Leary this morning that maybe he'd fill in for Moore. The good news is he wouldn't have to cut any weight. Maybe he'd get Nate coming off a bit of a cut as Taylor powers through for 3 more. And a 10-1 lead here in the first period. 10-2 with Moore out. 1:15 to go. Single leg attempt on the right side. Moore drops down to his backside, and Taylor covers up for 3 more. What did I say? It's preseason for the announcers as well. We'll just.
Wait, who did you? Sean Leary?
Yeah. We were joking, but we were talking about wrestle or brown and white tonight this morning, and he said he's going to maybe jump in and get in the mix.
I mean, I know he can throw.
13-3 lead for Taylor. 30 seconds to go in the first period. And this is our final bout of the evening. Taylor working his way onto the left leg of Moore. Now around the waist, 3 awarded. The white bench goes scurrying for cover as Moore gets one escape. 16-4 after that exchange. 5 takedown first period for Nathan Taylor. And one more takedown would get him a technical fall here in the first, but Moore's choice is the down position. Taylor leads by 12 going into the second period. And a tilt attempt here from Taylor, and if he's holding 4 here, that would wrap it up, or even 3 would do it. And it looks like it would be 3, and that'll stop it. Another 19-4 in 3 minutes and 25 seconds. And that concludes tonight's brown and white intra-squad. Unofficially 28-14 for the brown squad, and quickly running through the results. 141, Malik Hines 5-2 over Carter Bailey. 149, the 2 bouts both went to the white team. Matt Repos 4-1 over Kelvin Griffin, and then Drew Munch 4-1 over Richie Grungo. 157, Max Brignola 14-4 major over Griffin Gonzalez. 2 bouts at 165, it was Hunter Maize 10-4 over Jake Logan. And Tyler Sung by fall in 340 over Liam Gil-Swager. 174, Thane Lawrence 12-0 major over Justin Anello. Jared Shoppy 5-0 over Remy Bron-Cado. In tiebreaker 1, 2-2, Caden Rogers over JT Davis with 4 seconds of riding time. And then a couple technical falls to close out the evening. Both of them 19-4. Michael Beard over Jack Wilt in 5:44, and Nathan Taylor over TJ Moore in 3:24. Gimp, any final thoughts?
Well, say it. I mean, it'll be nice to see the 33s back at it. To be honest, I was as much looking at heavyweight as anything. I mean, I'm not saying it was a surprise who was figuring to win. Nothing against Moore, but he is looking impressive. That's started off with a little bit of baby fat and less last year, and none now is what it looks like.
And obviously learning from one of the best in Zach Ray, and Lehigh's had a history now. I think it's like 7 of the last 8 or 8 of the last 9 years now, a heavyweight from Lehigh in the EIWA finals, and Nathan kept that going last year, and
Jordan Wood.
Perhaps another area of strength for Lehigh embarking on this
Wessel.
2023,
Yeah,
24 season.
Wessel and
Doug.
Doug made it.
Doug Valero.
Right. Yeah.
And then, from Doug into, Doug never made the finals, but he was like the 1 year that Max the year before made it, and then 5 in a row for Jordan Wood and Nathan Taylor last year. And again, all this leads up to the start of the regular season next Sunday, a week from this Sunday, November 5th, Princeton Open. The following Sunday will be the Journeyman Collegiate Classic, and then the dual meet season begins on Sunday, November 19th here in Lehman-Turner Arena at Grace Hall, a 2 o'clock start for Lehigh and Pitt. It'll be a big day, Gimp. They're bringing back all the members of the, some of them still haven't left yet, but the 4 Pete teams, 2018, 19, 20, and 21 EIWA champions will be recognized before the Pitt duel. Those 2020, 2021 guys didn't really get to get recognized because pandemic stuff was going on at the time. So we'll celebrate those 4 teams on that day when the dual season gets going, and then, off and running with wrestling here in 2023-24. Well, that'll do it for us here from Lehman-Turner Arena at Grace Hall. For Gary Brownell, I'm Steve Lomantino. Thanks for watching the Brown and White Intra Squad. Gimp and I will be, we won't be around for Pitt. We'll be back on the airwaves at home in January, but, continue following us on LehighSports.com and on Flow Wrestling during the dual meet season. Take care, everyone.